Good morning everyone. Today I am going to take a lecture of probability in statistics chapter number 1. We have already seen in our previous lecture what is the basic probability. The question is depends on the dice or coin or in a bag containing the different types of the ball and the conditional probability. Okay, we have already seen in our previous lecture how we solve the conditional probability with the help of formula if we are given in the only two conditions. Okay, this question is depend on the three conditions. That means this is your Bayes theorem. Okay, so according to your Bayes theorem, if a condition given in more than two, so this type of the question is depends on the Bayes theorem. Okay, so this is the example of the Bayes theorem. The example is very important according to your GPU examination. In a, this is the Bayes theorem based on, in a certain assembly plant, three machines B1, B2, B3 produce 30%, 45% and 25% of the product respectively. That means in a assembly plant, three machines B1, B2, B3 produced 30%, 45% and 25% of the product respectively. That means machine B1 produced 30%, machine B2 produced 45% and machine B3 produced the 25% of the product. Okay, it is known from past experience. It is known from past experience that 2%, 3% and 2%. 2%, 3% and 2% of the product made by each machine respectively. That means B1, B2, B3. Three machines are here and the production of B1 is 30%. Production of B2 is 45% and production of B3 is 25%. But the past experience here, the machine 2%, 3% and 2% according to B1, B2, B3 machines, each machines respectively, the product made by these machines respectively are defective. That means if B1 machine produce 30%, okay, so defective 2%. If machine B2 produce 45%, so defective 3%. And if machine B3 produce 25%, so defect is 2%. So production is 30, 45, 25 and the defect is 2, 3, 2%. Okay, got it? So here this question is depends on the conditional probability or not? Yes, this is depend on the conditional probability because of finding the defective thing. Because of finding the defective thing, first the production are completed. If production is completed, after that we find the defective thing. Okay, so here these three production and these three numbers are here defective. Okay, so what is the finding term? The finding term is what? Suppose that a finished product is randomly selected. That means the production is by the machine B1, B2, B3. So suppose that a finished product is randomly selected. So what is the probability that it is defective? That means if we select the any product, so what is the probability that this is defective? Okay, so here the solution is, let us first find the following events. Okay, the question you read carefully because of this. In this question, we are included in the three conditions. So this question is depends on the Bayes rule, or we can say that the Bayes theorem. Okay, so first we find the following events. Okay, always in this type of the question, first you find the following events. Okay, because with the help of these events, we find very easily for the production and the defective points. Okay, so let us first find the following events. Okay, so what is the finding term? The finding term is the probability that it is defective. So first we write A is equal to product is defective. We find the defective product, so we consider A is equal to product is defective. That means we find the probability of A. Got it? We find the probability of A. So next one is the B1. B1 we consider the product is made by machine A. Okay, so we have the three machines. B2 is equal to the product is made by machine B. And B3 is equal to the product is made by machine C. That means we write here the B1, you write here B1, B2, B3. Okay, because of these three machines are B1, B2 and B3. Got it? So product is made by machine B1, product is made by machine B2 and product is made by the machine B3. Okay, next one is the, that means we are given in the probability of B1 is equal to what? Probability of B1 is 30%, that means 30 by 100, that means 0.3. Got it? Next one, probability of B2, that means 45%. So we write here 45 by 100, that means 0.45. Okay, and third one is the probability of B3. So probability of B3 is equal to 25%. That means 25 by 100 is equal to 0.25. Okay, so here the probability of B1 is equal to 30%. So we write here 30 by 100, that means 0.3. Probability of B2 is 45%. So we write here 45 by 100, that means 0.45. And third one is the probability of B3, that means 25 by 100 is equal to 0.25. Okay, next one is the, we are given in three or more values, 2%, 3% and 2%. But these values is what? This values is the defective product. Okay, so this value we are given in the defective product. That means what? That means we are given in the condition. And what is the form of this condition? So first one is the produce the any production, any product. After that we find the defective thing. Okay, that means first we find the probability of B1 slash A. That means what? First we write here A is the defective. Okay, that means we write here A slash B1. Okay, that is first the B1 machine produce the product 30% and after that we find the defective product. Okay, so A slash B1, that means first one is the production, after that the defective. So A slash B1 is equal to 2%. So 2 by 100, that means 0.02. Got it? Next one is the probability of A slash B2. That means first machine B produced 45% and after that we find the defective thing. So A slash B2 is 3%. So we write here 3 by 100 is equal to 0.03. Got it? And third one is the probability of A slash B3. That means what? That means the B3 machine produce 25%. After that, the defective thing is what? 2%. So 2 by 100 is equal to 0.02. Okay, so first we write all these values depends on our question. All these values is already given in your question, but we find the probability of A. So probability of A, that means what? We find what is the probability that it is defective and we consider A is the product is defective. A is equal to product is defective. Okay, so first here we find the value of probability of A. So what is the formula? Depends on the Bayes theorem. So formula is probability of B1 into probability of A/B1. This is the formula of the Bayes theorem, plus probability of B2 into probability of A/B2. Okay, and third one is the probability of B3, probability of A/B3. Okay, so this is the formula of the Bayes theorem. Okay, and in this question, we choose the product, and this product is defective. So this product is maybe the machine B1 or produced by machine B1 or produced by machine B2 or produced by machine B3. So because of this, we write here the plus sign. Okay, so put all these values. So probability of B1 is equal to 0.3 into A/B1 0.02 plus probability of B2. Probability of B2 is 0.45 into A/B2, so 0.03 plus probability of B3, that means 0.25 into A/B3 0.0. Okay, so we put all these values and solve this step, and we get the 0.0245. That means what is the probability of getting the defective product? Okay, so probability of getting the defective product is 0.0245, and this is the formula of the Bayes theorem. Okay, for example, we are given in this question what is the probability that the defective product is produced by machine B1, or defective product is produced by machine B2, or defective product is produced by the machine B3. This question is also included in the conditional probability in the Bayes theorem. So what is the process? Process is that you find all these values. Okay, you find all these values. After that, you write here if your product is from machine B1. So in the numerator, you write here this value 0.02 A/B1 divided by total number. If your machine is from B2, so put here this and divided by total. If your machine produced by B3, so write this and divided by the total number of the defective points. Okay, so here this example is very important because of in this example we are given in the three conditions, and this question is depends on your Bayes theorem. This is the example of the next simple basic probability. A problem of the statistics. A problem of statistics is given to three students A, B, and C. Okay, whose chance of solving it are 1/3, 1/4, and 1/2 respectively. That means a problem of statistics is given to three students, and what is the chances for solving by the students is A, B, and C. So A chance is 1/3, B chance is 1/4, and C chance is 1/2 respectively. Okay, so what is the probability that the problem will be solved? Okay, so this question is very logically because of in this question we are given in one problem solved by the three students. Okay, and we find the what is the probability that the problem will be solved. So in this question, if any one student can solve the problem, then we can say that the problem will be solved. Okay, so here first we define the following terms. Number one, A. Students A can solve the problem. Okay, next one, B. Student B can solve the problem. and C, student C can solve the problem. Means first we define some events. A, student A can solve the problem. B, student B can solve the problem, and C, student C can solve the problem. Okay, so in this question, if any one student, the problem solved by any one student, so we can say that the problem will be solved. Okay, so here we are given that PA, probability of A is equal to 1 by 3, already given in our question. Probability of B 1 by 4, and probability of C is equal to 1 by 2. Okay. So when out of three students, at least one solve the problem, then the problem is said to be solved. Okay, that means at least one student can solve the problem. So we can say that the problem will be solved. Okay, so here the one point is very important. The point is that all three students solve the problem by independently. Okay, they solve a problem in a different time. Okay, so here first we find all students are solve the problem of independently. Okay, so here first we find the probability of A union B union C. What do you mean by the A union B union C? That means what? Union, that means or. So probability of A or probability of B or probability of C, because of any one student, at least one student solve the problem, then we can say that the problem will be solved. So here we write the A union B union C, that means probability of A or B or C. So here we write the, if we are according to the question, we are given in the probability of A, B and C individually, we are taking the chance of A, B and C 1 by 3, 1 by 4 and 1 by 2, and we find this answer P, A union B union C. So first we write here 1 minus probability of A union B union C and dash. Okay, that means PA dash is equal to 1 minus PA, or you can write here PA is equal to 1 minus PA dash. This is very important formula. Okay, so here we write A union B union C is equal to 1 minus P A union B union C dash. Okay, so here we next we write here 1 minus P A dash intersection B dash intersection C dash. Okay, that means if we find the A union B dash, so we write here P A dash intersection B dash. Okay, and if A intersection B dash, so we write here A dash union B dash. Okay, so here we write the diagram since students are independently solve the problem, so we write here if they are independently, so we write here P A dash into P B dash into P C dash. Okay, if they are finally solve the independently. Okay, and this formula we have already seen in our previous lecture. Okay, so according to this, again we have the values of PA, PP and PC, but in this question we have the A dash, B dash and C dash. So again we write here 1 minus PA. This is your first bracket. Okay, PB dash, that means 1 minus PB. This is your second bracket. Okay, and PC, that means 1 minus BC. Okay, so we write here P A dash is equal to 1 minus PA, PB dash is equal to 1 minus PB, and PC dash is equal to 1 minus PC. Okay, so we find here value is 1 minus. Okay, 1 minus 1 minus PA 1 by 3. Okay, 1 minus PB 1 by 4. So 1 minus 1 by 4. And PC 1 minus 1 by 2. So 1 minus 1 by 2. Okay, so here 1 minus 1 by 3, that means 2 by 3 into 1 minus 1 by 4, that means 3 by 4 into 1 minus 1 by 2, that means 1 by 2. Okay, so solve this value 2 2. So 1 minus 1 by 4, that means 3 by 4. This is your final answer. That means the problem can be solved by the student A or B or C. So value is 3 by 4. Okay. So I will continue this topic in our next lecture. Thank you for watching this video.